Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Acura here in Shreveport, Louisiana. And this is the 2023 Acura TLX SH all-wheel drive Advance. That's a mouthful, I promise. I won't say it over and over and over and over again. But in today's video, I'm going to give you the information to answer the question, is this TLX a better option than the Honda Accord? It has a couple of features, one of which you can't get on the Accord, another that is no longer available on the Accord. Let's get that right. We're just going to shoot this in one take, right? It actually has more horsepower as well than the 10th generation offered with its most powerful engine option. So let's dive into this model and see if it's a better option than the 11th generation of the Accord itself. The exterior color on this model is performance red. It has an ebony interior, and you're going to find a comfortable interior, a comfortable ride quality, but great handling. The available all-wheel drive definitely makes a difference, and you do see quite a few features available for the money. And for those of you who live in or around the Shreveport, Louisiana area, Northwest Louisiana, if you happen to come into Acura to buy any new Acura model, make sure to tell the salesman that you work with that you watched a video on that particular model, whether it's this TLX or anything else in their new car inventory, on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel. That way you get the Vehicle Visionary discount of $500 off. That only applies to new vehicles, just so you know. So let's take a look at what we have here. We're going to have the Jewel Eye LED headlights, the LED daytime running lights. You'll also find the LED fog lights down there on the lower portion of the bumper. They are definitely going to provide for plenty of light after dark. And you can see, I don't know how well you can see it with the video here, but you do have the active air curtains that allow air to flow through the front end. That air will be coming out right here. What does that do? It helps to improve aerodynamics by reducing drag. And one of my favorite personal features here is the design of the front grille. Something that's very unique, very Acura. It just looks interesting, and something that, depending on your perspective, it looks to me as if somebody took that Acura logo, threw it into the center, and everything's rippling away. Some people say it looks like everything is flowing towards the logo. And for those who may not know, you might notice this plate right here and say, what is that? That actually helps to pick up the signal to send to the safety features, basically. Everything is so far back that it needs that amplification that this plate provides you. And for those who are saying, hey Tom, you mentioned the driving aids, the safety features, what are they? Well, there's quite a few. Adaptive cruise control, road departure mitigation braking, lane keeping assist, lane departure warning. There's so much here. Yeah, forward collision warning. So much, I probably don't need to name it all for you. A lot going on here. And as I mentioned earlier, all-wheel drive, there's a lot of tread on the ground, that's for sure. 255 will be the width on the tires, a 40 series sidewall, and the 19-inch wheels. And as we take a look up here to the side view mirrors, they are heated, power adjustable side view mirrors. A little bit of a combination with everything here as far as the body color and the gloss black mirror caps. Turn signal indicators are built into those side view mirrors. A lot of people like to know about that. I assume that means you're actually using your turn signals. You must not live in Northwest Louisiana, because most people here don't. Here is the remote. For those who want to see that, you're going to have everything you expect to see here. Lock, unlock. You can open the trunk right there. If somebody gets a little too close, or if you just want to scare somebody who's looking into the interior, you can hit that panic button right there. And right here, that engine hold, that is your remote start. Body color on the door handles, nice look there. And you can see the conventional size sunroof is what we have. An overall very nice look as far as the design and the lines of the TLX go. We'll finish things off here with the LED taillights and what I would say the tastefully done exhaust outlets. And under the hood, the 2-liter turbocharged engine, something you can't get with the Accord anymore. That's one of those big differences between the two. As far as the 11th generation of the Accord and this current model of the Acura TLX, 272 horsepower compared to the 252 with that 2.0T that was in the 10th generation of the Accord, available I should say. 280 pounds-feet of torque mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. That's good news for those of you who can't stand the CVTs. And how about the MPGs? I didn't mean for that to rhyme, by the way. 21 city, 29 highway, 24 combined, and a potential of 4.2 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And that really depends on how you drive. If you're taking full advantage of all that horsepower under the hood, well, you probably won't reach that. But most people are not going to be on the pedal that often, but it sure is nice to know that that power is there when you decide to take advantage of it. I like to take advantage of not getting a tongue twist. And there's a couple of different ways to gain access to your cargo area. You can hit the button right there on the remote to open the trunk. 13.5 cubic feet of cargo capacity. You can maximize that by pulling on the releases here. Obviously that plastic comes off, but because it's on, I'm not going to take it off because, well, maybe the owner is supposed to do that. If you're curious about maximizing cargo space, the seat backs folding flat, just as I showed you earlier, at least how to do that. And if you're wondering about what that looks like with everything maximized, here is the view from the trunk area itself. We'll take a look into the interior with the back seat area. Let's see, are the armrests comfortable? Well, it seems to be. Sometimes this isn't enough to press your finger down on. You just need to do the ultimate armrest test and put your arm up there. Contrast stitching with the ebony interior and a reasonable size door bin. You will have the fold-down armrest for your rear seat passengers, depending on if there's a third person sitting in the middle or not. And good news for those of you who are big fans of rear seat air conditioning vents. They are here in addition to the heated seats. Now you'll notice there's only 2 buttons for that, and what that means is if somebody is that unlucky person sitting here in the center and it's really cold that day, well, they're just stuck with the cold butt because the heated seats are the outboard seats only. And the sunroof, I did tell you about that earlier, there it is in all of its glory, opened. It is conventional size. What type of sunroof do you prefer? Conventional or panoramic? Maybe no sunroof at all. And with the passenger side front door, a little bit more space, which means a larger armrest, still just as comfortable, and then a larger door bin. We do have the ELS audio system, by the way. There's the Acura logo on the door sill. Power adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger. They are both heated and ventilated, and quite a bit of space within the glove box right here. I'll kind of give you a perspective on that with my hand going in there. And then we'll take a look at the push button shifter. Tell me what you think about that. Do you like it? Do you not? It seems appropriate here because it would be kind of strange, I think, to have a shifter in this area. But tell me what your thoughts are on that. You can turn the auto stop start feature off right there. Brake hold mode, that can have its advantages in stop and go traffic. If you're going to be stuck for a while, you don't have to keep your foot on the brake the whole time. That is helpful. Here is everything for your ventilated and heated seats as far as turning that on. And right here, control for the radio as far as your volume and turning that on and off, and then going back and forth between stations. And this is the trackpad that does allow you to control the touchscreen. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. Cup holders, wireless charging pad. That's always helpful. And for me personally, I seem pretty comfortable with the height of the armrest right there that doubles as the lid for the center console. And if you're wondering about connectivity options, well, there they are. As far as for the front seat, then there is a 12-volt power outlet right there and quite a bit of space. A reasonable amount of space, at least for this size of vehicle. And with the driver's side door, there's not likely a whole lot going on here that is going to surprise you, if anything. The controls for the windows and controlling the power adjustable side view mirrors. You will find seat memory for the driver's seat. That's a good thing. And here you can control the head-up display. You can go into your safety features here. You know what else is there, I'm sure. But let's go ahead and start the vehicle. I'll show you a few things here hopefully the camera will pick up the head-up display for you. You can change the position of that head-up display depending on where you want it to be. Hopefully you can see that okay on the screen, and you can also change the brightness in addition to the position. Don't mean for that to rhyme again, just kind of happening unintentionally. And like I said earlier, we can push this button right here, and then we go into our safety features, and you can navigate through that area with the scroll wheel right here. If you want to select something, you just push on the scroll wheel, and then you can go in and do whatever it is you want to do. If you want to turn something on, you can do that. We're going to turn those features back on right there, and that's how you do that. So you can turn those on and off. Pretty easy to deal with. If you want to turn them off, you can. Whatever, you can leave them off. Pretty simple system to figure out. Your steering wheel mounted controls, you pretty much already saw what all is here. You do have a heated steering wheel, by the way. I don't really need that today. Here's where you're going to control the headlights and the fog lights. You can also do a third function with this thing, but some of you know what it is and some of you don't. I'm going to keep it a secret for those who don't know, or maybe I should tell you, actually use your blinkers there, so please do. And here are your shifter paddles to work your way back and forth through the 10-speed automatic transmission, as well as the control that I can't really say anything sarcastic about, like the one on the other side over there, for controlling your windshield wipers. And the center screen. Everything controlled right here. For some people, that might work really well. It just depends on who you are and what you like. I don't know. It just depends. But for me personally, I don't think it's that hard to get used to. There is your built-in navigation. A lot of you like to know about that, whether it's there or not. So now you know that it is. You can connect your phone. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They're kind of darkened right there, the icons. But you can see what is there. And as far as the cameras on and around the vehicle, you can see that you have your rear view camera. You can zoom in on that, or maybe not so much zoom in, but just make it larger, have it fill up the entirety of the screen. And then if you want to make that a little bit darker, you can do that. You also have the overhead view as well. That is very helpful in a multitude of ways. Dual zone climate control is also here. As you can see, you can turn on your ventilated, 3 settings for that, and 3 settings for heated seats. And then driving modes. Let's take a look at what those driving modes are. We're going to start with comfort, work our way down to normal. You can see the animated graphics that go with that, and sport mode. And then if you push right here in the center, you can go to individual. So that means you can configure everything the way you want it to be as far as the different driving aspects of the vehicle go. And for those who made it to this point in the video, here is a bonus for you. Here's the exterior lighting. Probably not the best setting for that. It's just one of those things, but I'm trying to give you the best view that I possibly can. You can see those turn signal indicators right there in the side view mirrors, and our LED tail lights. I had the hazard lights turned on, just trying to give you the best view I can of the best place possible. And that's not all. Let's take a look at the interior lighting, because it does look very nice. You can make changes. Turn those hazard lights off, but you can see now, depending on your situation, you can make the changes you want to here. We can go to different modes, as you can see. And so let's go to sport and see what happens. There we go. So pretty cool. I really like what we have here as far as the interior or ambient lighting goes. Just trying to see which one looks the best. So something you may not normally see in these videos. I like to try and bring that to you depending on the situation. I'm not going to show you every single light, but you can see what's here. You can see what things look like after dark as far as the infotainment screen and the dash, the digital dash, and the steering wheel mounted controls. And one more thing, hopefully the heads-up display shows up okay up there. A little bit hard again to see just because of the fact that we have that light coming in through the crack on the door, but I hope you're able to see that okay, just to try and give you an idea of what everything looks like. Okay, we're out on the road for the test drive, and I'll tell you what, this TLX is a lot of fun to drive, especially with the SH all-wheel drive. It handles great. A lot of fun. You definitely can take full advantage of the horsepower that's under the hood. And obviously this isn't the most powerful version of the TLX. You can go with the Type S that makes 355 horsepower and 354 pounds-feet of torque. Definitely even more fun to drive. But I know most people are not worried about driving spiritedly all the time, but when you need to, you sure can get up to speed and do what you need to do. The handling is great, but overall, a comfortable ride quality. Very, very enjoyable to drive. Good for a long road trip. You're not going to be beaten up. The ride quality is comfortable. You have plenty of room within the interior. At least for myself, I do, and I know that everything is very adjustable here, so somebody well over 6 feet tall, I believe, could do just fine as far as being comfortable here. And in my personal opinion, everything is easy to use. I know a lot of people say, man, I'd really like to have a touchscreen. And for those who might say, well, why doesn't the TLX have a touchscreen? Do you see why? I can't reach that. It's too far away. That's why we don't have a touchscreen here. What are we going to see in the future? Well, don't know right now. We'll just have to wait and see. But as far as the overall technology here, I think it's very easy to use. It's easy to learn if you need to learn it. The hunt and peck method, at least in my personal opinion, makes that very simple. A nice, comfortable steering wheel. And if you live in a place where it's cold enough, well, you can use the heated steering wheel, the heated seats. I think I lied earlier when I said I wasn't going to use the ventilated seats today. I do have them on, just on the lowest setting, but just barely warm enough to need that. But I tell you what, if you're in the market for a mid-size sedan and you're saying to yourself, boy, I really would love to buy something that has, you know, an Accord, the 10th generation, I should say, but they don't offer that 2.0T anymore. Well, you got it here. A little bit more of a luxurious vehicle. It's still here. You can buy a brand new vehicle that way if that's what you're looking for. Tell me what your thoughts are. Are you planning to buy a TLX in the near future, a 2023 model? If so, what trim level would you like to have? Tell me about the specs. So tell me down in the comments section, is the 2023 Acura TLX SH all-wheel drive Advance a better option than the 11th generation of the Accord? Tell me what your thoughts are and tell me why you answered the way that you did. Don't forget about the Vehicle Visionary discount, only available here at Or Acura as far as Acura dealerships go, just in case anybody wonders. And I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at the dealership for loaning me this TLX for the day, as well as a special thanks to each and every one of you for giving me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and haven't subscribed to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel just yet, please consider doing so. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.